Hello again. I do hope you enjoyed your introduction to Pilates last week. It would be a good idea if you started with those 5 exercises before we move on. This week I'm going to add another 5 exercises and we're going to increase and work on your stability and mobility. So moving on from the 5 exercises we did last week, do you remember we did lateral breath, we did stabilisation, we worked from a neutral pelvis. One of the exercises we did towards the end of last week's session was the knee fold. So we're going to take a breath in wide and full, breathe out, bring the sit bones together, tighten your tummy and do a single knee fold for me. Okay, this time with this exercise we're going to take it into circles. You're going to come in first, you're going to do 5 one way, 5 the other, trying to keep your pelvis completely still. It's a circle of the thigh bone in the hip socket to promote mobility and pelvic stability. Try to keep as still and as tight as you can. After 5, change direction. It's much harder to go out. You need to keep this other hip bone down onto the floor. Just trying to tighten your tummy, especially on this side. And when you've done 5, you're going to change legs. Keep reaching away with your arms, Emily, to give you the secondary stability, shoulder stability. And as you put that foot down, put it into the same footprint and breathe in again to prepare yourself. Breathe out, stabilise, steady as you can, reaching gently away. Try not to round your shoulders, keep them back. Yes, very good. That's it, circles in, keep this leg steady, use your pelvic floor on this side, tightening here, sit bone, use a little bit of inner thigh, and change direction when you're ready. Good, keep that big toe grounded. And last 3. Remember, before you put that foot down, take a big breath in, breathe out, nice pelvic stabilisation, and put the foot back to where it started. The exercise we're going to work on now is called a spine curl. It's to do with spinal movement, segmentation of each vertebrae. You roll through the spine by tipping your pelvis backwards, tummy button into the floor, and you roll up through each individual vertebrae to the tip of your shoulder blades. You take a breath in there, staying still, and as you breathe out, you just let the spine roll down. Nice back breath for me, breathing in. Breathe out, find the pelvic floor, tighten the tummy, send the knees along to the end of your mat and roll. A little bit of inner thigh. Breathing in at the top, don't go too high, and breathe out and down you come again. Make sure when you get to the top you don't let your connection between the bottom of your rib cage and your hips go and your back will arch. Take a breath in for me, we'll just do it twice more. Breathe out, steady through the spine, keep the sit bones together, rolling up, energy out to the end of the mat, stopping there, well done. Breathe in, breathe out and roll. Let the spine come down, back to neutral. Make sure you don't go past neutral. Don't let the back arch, just into your place where the pubic bone and the hip bones are level. Once more on your own. This exercise again can be done 5, 8 times, as many times as you like. It's a lovely relaxing exercise. Make sure the shoulders stay open, keep reaching away. Don't come up too high, and then just relax as you breathe out, bringing the spine back to its neutral resting position. So Emily, now you're going to roll onto your side. So roll towards me. You're going to line yourself up with the back of the mat. It's a very good aid for alignment. So take your shoulders and your hips back. You can put your arm behind you just to feel where the mat is. I'm going to take your head cushion away. Okay, bend both knees. And again, just check that you've got the right positioning of your back and shoulders. The arm comes up in a straight line if it can, palm down and ear onto upper arm. So in this position, you want hip above hip, shoulder above shoulder. That arm's absolutely fine for stability, but don't let it pull you forward. You're going to now bend the top knee up towards your waist. That's excellent. And now take hold of the ankle and take your leg back in line with the body. Don't forget about your stabilization. Keep your ribs softening. Keep pulling your tummy in. Don't worry about having the foot on the bottom. We just want to stretch out the hip flexors and the quadriceps down the front of the hip, down the front of the thigh. You can push your ankle into your hand. So you're pushing out and you push your pubic bone forward to get a really good position. Well done. And you're going to hold that for 5 breaths. And then you can roll over and do the other side. So we're going to work on shoulder drops now, an exercise to release the muscles around the neck and the chest where we all get a bit tight. So just do a little bit of stabilization, take a little breath in, stabilize as you breathe out and just float your arms up above your shoulders pointing to the ceiling. Just gently have your fingers together, palms are facing and your thumbs just easily on to your index finger. Okay, so the breath or the breathing pattern for this is you breathe in to reach up to the ceiling and you breathe out, gently stabilizing to drop back. Okay, and again. And just let those shoulders drop back and release, Emily. 3 more times. Really let that chest go as you pull your shoulders back into the floor. Twice more. This exercise can be done as many times as you want to, just releasing all the tension from around your neck, chest and shoulders. Just let everything go and relax. You'll feel so much better afterwards. So moving on to the last exercise of this session, side rolls. We're just going to do rotation with stability, rotating the lower part of the spine. Remember, as with all Pilates exercises, it's not how far you move, it's the quality of your movement. So we're going to take the arms out to the side, palms up, make sure that the arms don't go above shoulder height, they want to be just below. Just bring that arm down slightly. Okay, you're going to keep your feet and knees hip distance apart. You take a breath in, you stabilize, and you're just going to let the knees, the lower part of the spine, drop to one side. That's excellent. Don't let the shoulder lift up. Breathe in there. Breathe out. Use your belly, use your tummy, your zip and hollow to bring you back. Try to keep those legs in line. Did you see they'd come close together? Breathe in the center. Make sure you come back to really good alignment in the center. Don't be tempted to go too far. Reach out with your arms so there's a little bit of tone and activity. Breathe in, breathe out, sit bones come together and you roll back. Much better. So you're going to do 2 more each side. Soften that rib cage down as you breathe out. Make sure you stop in the center to get your nose, cleavage, crotch and the middle of your knees, yeah? So your body is in line. I want you just to pull the right hand arm down slightly, right hand shoulder. Okay, 1 more each side. Soften that rib cage, make sure it's connected to the hips. Very good. Stopping in the center this time, make sure everything's aligned, knee, hip alignment. And last time. Well done.